It's New Brew Thursday! Woo! And we have a special guest again. He's from Total Wine. This is Rob Hill. Welcome to the show, Rob.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Nice to have you all the way out here from Washington, D.C. That was quite a trip.
It was quite a trip, but it's been a lot of fun.
He says, yeah, I'm going to come out, I'm going to do a show, and then I'm heading right back. That's all you're doing here,
That's
right?
it. Came here just for New Brew Thursday.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
But it's worth it.
No, not really. You went to San Diego, right?
We've been in San Diego all week.
Yeah.
Visiting a lot of breweries.
There's a lot to do down there.
Tasting a lot of great beer.
Yeah.
And as we're going to taste 2 great beers today.
So how do I get your job?
Well, I kind of make it up as I go along.
He's like, I don't know how I got it, so right on. Well, what did you bring us?
Brought 2 beers. We have a couple of cellar beers here. On the left is Gouden Carolus Van de Keizer Rude, which means red. This is the red label. And 2008 vintage from Belgium. It's a Belgian strong pale ale, 10% ABV.
I heard it's a bit rare.
It's a little bit rare, but it's available in our stores, most of our stores, when it comes around. But when you see a bottle, make sure you grab it because it won't last very long.
Speaking of which, I don't know why you're not already opening
I thought we were going to talk about the other beer too real quick. So.
Well, we'll talk about that one later.
Yeah.
That's just a Dogfish.
Yeah, it's just a Palo Santo
Whatever.
Marron. All right, so I'm opening this because...
Because that happens. And I wouldn't have had the foresight to...
It had to be me.
Okay, well...
So happy right now.
Well, I'm going to pour myself first since...
That means it just really wants to be...
It wants to be drunk.
I swear to God, I held down and it just...
It's like...
It just blew. So, sorry about that.
That's all right. You know, it happens.
It's a very active beer. It smells good.
Well, that's why...
It does. It's like a powerful aroma.
That's one of the reasons they put the cage over the cork.
Yeah.
So that...
That is a prime example of why you need that cage, because that was powerful.
Well, cheers. Cheers to Total Wine and to Gouden Carolus. Gouden Carolus. This is why I had him pronounce the beer.
We actually looked it up. We went online and did the old type in the word and have it tell you
Making
how to
us look bad, aren't
pronounce
you?
I just
Actually researching ahead of time.
Well, you know,
Yeah, I just say Gouden Carolus.
that's
Gouden
how I
Carolus, yeah.
always used to say it, but it was Gouden Carolus.
Oh, I'm close.
Something like that.
And this is from, I want to say Belgium, right?
That's what he just said, yes.
Okay. Did
Yes.
you? Okay. I have a tendency not to listen.
2008 vintage, and we also looked up what some other consumers have been saying about it, and it's gotten some 90-plus point ratings.
Yeah. No, they do good beer over there, for sure. And this style is not generally something you would think of to age out, but the higher ABV on it's going to allow for that. And but beers like this, the lighter blonde beers like this, require a lot more care and cellaring, even though they are a little higher in alcohol.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
Well,
has some spices on there, you know?
I know that it's been well taken care of by one of my coworkers, so shout out to Cyrus Hazard. Cyrus, thank you for contributing this
Is that
bottle.
his real last name? That is the
Hazard
coolest
is
thing
his-
ever.
yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Tell me that he has a big orange Dukes of Hazzard car.
Well, I don't...
That would be so awesome.
Keeps it garage. Keeps it garage.
For a blonde, it's got a nice fusel note to it that's kind of coming off on the back end for me.
I think it's pretty prominent, actually. It's almost like, I mean, a rubbing alcoholic, like, kind of smell, you know? Like that, it's that
A little bit, but I think the there's an overwhelming aroma, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I want to say it's citrusy, but not quite. It's almost like a candy citrus.
It's like a spiced citrus kind of thing. Yeah.
I think that's probably the Belgian candy sugar that they use for these.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm smelling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to pretty much ferment out, but it, you know, it could leave some residual.
Do smell the alcohol, though. You're right, especially when I stick my nose way in there, take a deep...
Well, yeah, and when you have a beer this size, alcohol-wise, for this style, you're going to get alcohol off of it every time. I mean, that's a guarantee because you don't have enough. I don't want to put it that way because that. Just
Well, I think this is a delicate beer, and
Yeah, it's a
the
delicate
alcohol
style.
definitely comes
Yeah.
through a lot more than if it was a beer that had a lot of adjuncts or things going on with
when
it.
you have a
Maybe,
big, powerful stout, you can get away with 10,
Yeah.
12, 15, and you're not going to get a lot of the alcohol because you have a lot of
I'm
the
not getting
flavor.
that level of alcohol in the flavor, though.
No, not at all.
good.
Yeah, it's for being 10%, it's very easy to drink.
It's got like a lot of bready characters. I mean, it feels good in your mouth, you know.
This actually tastes like a good version of the, and this is going to sound horrible, and I apologize, Sam Adams, but the Infinium. This is actually like a really good version of that beer to me. Like
I can see that.
I get a lot of the aroma and the same flavor notes and whatever, but it's just so much better in my opinion. You work for Total Wine, and
So I work
Total
for
Wine
Total
is
Wine and More.
everywhere now.
Well, just about. We're in 13 states,
Wow, all right.
83 stores and growing.
Right on.
And we just opened a store as today, as we film this. Our second store up in Washington State.
Nice.
And in Washington State, as well as Arizona now, and Georgia and South Carolina, we can sell growlers, and that's exciting.
Right on.
And for those of you out there in other states wondering why we don't have growlers yet, it's because of the state laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you won't be able to sell growlers in California, not for a while.
Well, we're working on it. I think a lot of people are working on it. You
Well,
never
and it's
know.
nice that a company your size is going to be able to come in and kind of fight that fight with the breweries. Because the breweries here hate that too. It's like some breweries want to offer growlers, but they don't want to have to pay for growlers. So if I have 18 growlers sitting on my fridge, which I do,
Yeah.
why can't I bring one of those in there and have it filled? Like,
That
why
is
does it
kind
matter?
of a pain in the ass, like having the exact, like you're saying. I have, they're in my garage collecting dust. I don't go to those breweries that often.
Right.
To get
Right.
their
And a lot
beer.
of, like, I mean, I have Victory growlers from Pennsylvania, and I have one from Dogfish Head, and it's like,
So California requires you have to bring the bottle of that brewery. Is
it
And
that
has to have the
be
brewery,
branded.
it has to be branded.
Okay.
It can't be like a sticker, it's got to be like on the glass.
silk screened on
so
glass.
in the states where we sell growlers, they don't have that rule. So we sell growler bottles, 32 ounce as well as 64 ounce, but we allow
That's a
customers
party growler.
to bring in their own. You can bring in your own bottles.
Can I just bring in like a 5-gallon like jug?
We'll come up with a special
Stick it on,
price
yeah,
for
stick
you.
it on my water
now
dispenser.
you're bringing in a keg.
But I'll tell you, it's
Where do you draw the growler line?
It's incredibly popular, and one of the new things we've done, we're rebranding these stores that have growlers. We're rebranding the beer area and calling it the Brewery District at Total Wine and More. Signage, and you really know that you're in the beer part of the store. It has its own bar area. It has the taps, of course.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is
It's like
cool.
the wine is over there now. I'm in beer country.
Yeah, you're
Nice.
making it more of a prominent, you
Yeah.
know, aspect.
I can, and I've seen
You're
that.
focusing on the beer more so than you are
Right.
now, which is cool.
And I think over the last few years, you guys have really taken a step forward on like not respecting the beer selection, but I mean like really being proud of your beer selection and really kind of amping it up. And I mean, Total Wine is almost like a misnomer now for you. Like you need to you need to toss that beer word in there now, you know, because it's to the point now where it's like I don't view Total Wine as a wine store. I view it as a like the craft beer store that I
Well,
go to. So.
that's great. Well, that's the and more
And
part,
more.
right?
Yeah, they can't
But-
be like Total Wine and beer and spirits
And nuts, and we have some,
and chips and salsa.
Right.
Right.
So-
But no, we have two awesome beer buyers, Amanda and Heather, and this is what you're noticing. They're doing a great job making sure we're carrying virtually every beer that's available in the market where each store is.
Right
Yeah,
on.
I
If
know
the
around
distributor
here.
has it, we carry it.
Yeah, around here, the store in Tustin is pretty well known around here. I mean, we were talking about this earlier, and I'm like, man, that store just gets stuff that it's like, that's pretty awesome that
Yeah.
it's there. And I don't make it down there all that often, but when I do, I know I'm going to get something that's really good that I probably haven't had yet, which is cool for a bigger chain store like know,
Right,
Total
right.
Wine. So
When you guys do the mixed packs and the single bottles and a lot of the
That's
things
another
that,
cool thing,
yeah,
yeah.
like because you go to some places and it's like I don't want to try a 6-pack of that beer. I
Right.
want
Do you
try
wanna
a
commit to
bottle
a
of that
six-
beer.
yeah.
Exactly. And right, we do the single bottles and every size bottle, not just the large format. The 12 ounce, some of the beers now are coming in 7-ounce bottles.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have those in singles. Mix and match your own 6-pack, domestic and import, and it's a great way to try different beers.
Right on. Well, I think right now we're gonna send you away to Bill's house.
Yeah.
And you're gonna eat some food and stuff, and it's gonna be crazy.
We're gonna do some food and
So-
beer pairings.
That's right.
He's getting the
Master
full-
Pairings is back.
the
people.
full NBT effect.
Yeah, we're giving him the full. This is New Beer Thursday, so he's gonna gain like 15 pounds this weekend. So it's gonna be awesome. So go have fun. So now we're going to talk about Palo Santo Marron, which I think we've done on the show before, and we've done on Master Pairings.
I think we've done it on Master Pairings. I'm not sure if we've done it on the show. I'm not sure. We've talked about it a lot, though.
But this is this is one of my favorite beers of all times. Anyway,
Me too.
And it's a 2008 or no 2010.
It's 2010.
Yeah. So that makes it even better because it's got some age on it.
Ooh, that was quite carbonated.
Okay.
Go Dogfish.
Not too much, though.
Yeah, this one's not like hitting the ceiling.
Yeah, that was.
I was so happy that.
Yeah. So this one. So we're moving up the scale from 10% ABV to 12% ABV.
Rob, are you trying to get us drunk?
We got to get going.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't want to sit and stare at my beer while I'm like, I can't drink it because we haven't cheers.
Whoa. God.
Or I'll just throw it all over my face.
We needed
Whatever.
a blooper. Thank you.
Yeah, well, floor's clean.
Thanks, Steve.
You've got the jitters. Take a sip.
Anyway, yeah, I'm jonesing, so. Oh, God, this smells so good.
Yeah.
You definitely get that wood off the nose.
It's subtle, though. I mean, that's not. It's definitely powerful in. Like, it's not overwhelmingly.
Right, it's not like, oh, wood. It's like, oh, that
I think
smells so good.
To me, and it's been a while since I've had this beer, but I've never had an aged one. But from my recollection, the wood aromas have mellowed a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
In this aged fruit.
When it's fresher, yeah, you definitely get a much woodier note to it. I almost describe this like, did even you guys have like cedar lined closets growing up as a kid?
My grandparents did.
Yeah, my parents were totally into that. They just loved every closet in our house was cedar lined. But the towel, like your bath towel, like when you get out of the shower, it had that like hint of cedar aroma. It's almost what I say off this beer. It's not cedar, but it's like just a hint of that Palo wood that you're getting off of it.
So you're saying you feel shower fresh when you drink Palo Santo?
Well, clearly, as I'm showering in it before I drink it. So, but yeah, this is such a great beer, and this is a perfect example of a beer that you want to age and let sit for a little while, let that wood characteristic kind of mellow out a little bit, and it just brings out so much more of the stout notes and the hints of coffee and chocolate that you get off the malt.
I mean, the wood and the malt in this just goes together so nicely. I mean, it smells delicious.
Yeah.
This is the kind of beer where you sip it, and actually you can read a book while you sip it. And I happen to have a book here.
I see these. I'm like, I was wondering I was going to knock them off the table. I'm like, yeah, I'll get your books off the table.
So this is the Total Wine and More Total Guide to Beer. And this is available in all of our stores. 200 pages, chock full of information about beer history, the ingredients, the brewing process.
Pictures of Sam Calagione.
Pictures of Sam, the maker of Palo Santo, all the beer styles, beer and food pairings.
How much would one pay for a book like that, Rob?
One would.
Don't answer yet. Oh, sorry.
The price of gas to come to a Total Wine and More store and pick up a free copy. Actually, we printed 350,000 copies of these in the first edition. More editions to come.
Nice.
And but it's also coming out on iTunes by the end of October.
Now that's cool.
For download, digital version. Yep.
Right on.
Now you wrote this, right?
I wrote this book.
So you're not just a pretty beer buyer. You actually know about beer.
That's right. That's right. And I learned a lot while I was writing the book.
I can imagine, yeah.
You think you know a lot about beer, and someone says, okay, write a book about it, and you're like,
I don't know a lot about beer.
Yeah, I don't think I could write a book. I can barely do a podcast about beer.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was when I started doing the show, because when I first came on, I was like, I want to edit the shows, and I want to do all that stuff. And then I was like, oh, crap. We're talking about this, and who is this person? And I'm Googling stuff, and I'm like, what do we... So, yeah, that's...
Yeah. Well, we're all about trying to help our customers learn more about beer.
Because you guys do in-store education seminars as well, right?
Most of our stores have a classroom, and we do beer classes. We also do wine and spirits classes, but the beer classes are the best and the most important. And
if I'm not mistaken, your new stores also have TVs in them?
The new stores have TVs, and it's one of the reasons that I've been out here all week meeting with breweries and filming brewery action and talking to the brewers, having them share with us information about their beers. And this appears on our TVs. It'll appear on our website. We've got a new program with QR codes, so when you're standing at the shelf and you see that bottle of Palo Santo, and you can read the shelf talker, but you can scan the QR code and see Sam telling you what that beer is all about in a little
cool
bit.
idea, yeah.
Pretty cool.
In a holograph form?
Sam in a holograph form.
Holograph Sam, come on. If they could do holograph Tupac, we can have holograph Sam.
He was wearing a bright colored shirt, so it kind of
Close
looks
enough.
that way.
Close
Yeah,
enough.
Yeah.
If you put 3D glasses on, it's kind of that way.
Yeah.
You're like, "Ah."
So yeah, we're really it's Total Wine and More, but definitely that and more should
The
say
M-More is starting to,
BER, right?
Yeah, the M-More is definitely taking a bigger play in the store right now, so that's awesome. But thank you very much for coming out and bringing these amazing beers.
Yeah.
We're excited to be
And,
on board with New Brew Thursday.
Yeah, we're excited too. It's like,
Seriously,
hey.
yeah.
You guys are doing a great getting the word out.
Thank you.
We have fun with it, so, and yeah, so it's great. And so as always, until next week, stay safe and drink beer. Cheers.